So first we need to set up the Jenkins. So that I'm going to take one EC2 machine. I will select Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. This is the latest version, 24.4604. So I'm going to 22, the previous version. And instance type, I will go with the T2 large because a lot of build happen in our machine. Okay, this is little huge application we are going to perform. In selecting existing key pair. Same for the VPC, enable public IP. And I'm going to change that address type. Okay, I mean the storage for the specific machine from 80 to 30 GB. Okay, now we need to go to the root and update package manager. Okay, that's completed. Now I copied that Jenkins installation all commands. Okay, so these are the commands. So it will first install that JDK, then taking that binary of Jenkins, then install Jenkins within a single command. All completed. We are going to do a Java application or Java project. Okay, for Java project, whenever the Java build happen, okay, using Maven tool, mv and clean install. This is command to build that Maven, Java application code. So whenever we run this command, it will looking for, I mean, Java looking for the port number 8080. is that port number 88 is free, only that specific run happen. Okay. Otherwise, we face some port conflict because for Jenkins, default port number is 8080, right? If we allocate the 8080 for Jenkins, this process fail. So before that, we need to change the port number for the Jenkins. So the default port number of Jenkins 8080, we change it to 80, 81 or 8090. Okay.
Why can't we change it to Maven instead of Jenkins?
Maven, it's hard coded in that application code. The repository. So we need to find that, but easy, we can change to Jenkins part.
Okay.
We don't know how, where they hard coded the 8080. That's the issue. Okay, Jenkins successfully installed. Meantime, we can open some ports. Mm. In this project, we use some other tools as well. So first, I'm going to open 8080. Then we use SonarQube, okay, for static code analysis. For 9000, I open. Then port number 80 also I'm opening. 8080. Okay, then for Jenkins 8090. This is for the Java build application. Okay, we just allocated or free free up this port number for that process. The build process. Then 9000 for SonarQube access. 80 I'm opening for some container access. Okay, I will show you. Then 8090 that we are going to change for Jenkins. So now we can see that specific application Jenkins can access 8080. See, it's accessible, right? 8080. But our requirement is we need to change it. So we need to go to that to directory. We need to go and edit some files. Okay. Some pre-configured files are there. So just edit. This is the first part. Okay. See, etc directory. So here you can see a file called Jenkins. This is a configuration file under the etc default. So here we need to change. See the HTTP port. So I'm going to change 8080 to 8090. One more directory there. So that's under lib. Okay. CD lib. This is a path. See lib systemd system. Here we can see a file called jenkins.service. So we are going to edit the service file, okay, for the Jenkins. So this is a service file, and here also we can see some environment defined for the port. Yeah, this is the one, environment Jenkins. Make it 8090. That's all. Okay. So after this changing, we need to restart the Jenkins. Okay. First, we need to restart the daemon, then we need to restart the Jenkins. systemctl. Why we are use reload daemon reload? Because we make some changes in that service file. Okay. Start Jenkins. Okay, now I'm going to refresh. We can't access because that port number is now listening for Jenkins, not 8080, it's 8090. Now it's accessible. So this is the initial password I'm copying. I'll go to suggested plugins. Meantime, we can install Docker and git install Docker. Or try it. This is what the admin will use. Okay, can skip as well, but better we need to configure admin user. Jenkins is completely configured. Now we are going to install SonarQube. Okay, SonarQube we will install inside Docker. So we need to run Docker command hp dash name SonarQube dashboard 9000. 9000 is the default port number. So we need to we need to map with the host port. Okay, with the container port 8000 and 9000. Then the image it will have SonarQube LTS. It's a community-based image, so it will pull from a specific path. So this is the image name. Okay. So the container is up and running. Docker PS. Fine. So SonarQube is up and running. So one more configuration there that we need to perform in our EC2 machine. That is Strivey, installation of Strivey tool. Okay. So we use Strivey tool to scanning our build image, build a Docker image. So that we need to install. So these are the commands to download the package from internet and install Strivey in our local machine. So it will install. Okay. We need to go to configure SonarQube and Jenkins. So admin. That admin is the default username and password for SonarQube. Then we need to change it. Change the password. Admin. Okay, this will be the dashboard for the SonarQube, and you can see the projects, all the project. I mean, the scanned codes projects all belongs to this part. Okay, the project part. As of now, it's just to configure, nothing here. That's why no projects listed here. Okay, and that's fine. SonarQube part is fine. Jenkins. Now we are going to configure. As per our project requirement, we need to install some plugins. Okay, for this is for a Java application, right? So we need to install some plugins that related to Java, the specific project. So go to the plugins first and available plugins. So first we need to install JDK, Java Dependency Kit. Okay, JDK. These are the plugins. Okay, these plugins. Why we install plugins? That specific Jenkins can interact with the specific service. Okay, that's why we installing Jenkins. So JDK name is like this. Okay, Swift Terminal Installer. So select that one. Now I am using Maven because we are using Maven build tool for that Java compiling, testing, and building. This is one Maven integration. Then for the pipeline, we use SonarQube, right? For the static code analyzing. So we need to install the plugin Sonar Scanner. Select that one. And we use some other tool for the dependency checking. So whenever the Java application building, okay, using a Maven tool, so it will looking the Maven tool looking for the dependency that the developer defined. Okay, so there is a file for Java application directory. We can see pom.xml files there. Okay, so that file containing the dependencies for the specific application. So whenever the build happening, uh, the Maven looking for the pom.xml file and download that dependency from internet. So we need to check that packages is good or not using a tool called AWS, okay, coming to the pipeline. So we need to integrate that tool in the pipeline as well. So this is a pipeline, AWS dependency check. Then one more thing, Docker. Finally, our application deploying to Docker environment. So for the Docker, we need to select Docker, Docker commands, Docker pipeline, Docker API, and Docker build. That's fine. 5 things you need to select, okay, for the Docker part. And one more thing, I will pipeline view. This is for the UI part in the build stage, okay, pipeline stage. Yeah, this is a pipeline stage. So everything is good. Maven, yeah, going to install. So it will install all the plugins that we selected.
How about Trivi?
Sorry,
Trivi, Trivy.
try we don't need to install any plugins because that will run locally, okay? Because we install the try in our EC commission, right? So the Jenkins will take that command whenever that stage.
Okay.
Because when we installing Jenkins, okay, when we installing Jenkins, so here you can see all the plugins successfully installed. When we installing plugins, when we installing Jenkins in EC2 machine, there will be a user already created, okay, for the Jenkins name called Jenkins sudo dash Jenkins. See, this is a Jenkins user, okay, so this specific user will do that activity, and here I am using we install Docker, right? So we need to check that Docker can perform Docker commands. See, the Docker can't use Docker command. So we need to give the specific permission. Otherwise, whenever the build start, okay, from the Jenkins, we have one stage like for Docker build, Docker run, Docker push. So at that time, the Jenkins user actually do the activity, okay, in background. So we need to give the permission before starting the pipeline. Otherwise, we will face some error. So I'm going to provide that necessary permission. So this is a command. Okay, this is for the Ubuntu user only. So we need to do for Jenkins as well. So we are going to add the user to the Docker group. Okay, that's all. So that all the group users can have the permission. That permission means they can perform Docker. So hit enter. So this is a command. We are adding the Jenkins user to the group Docker and give the permission to the docker.sock. Okay, hit enter. Now I am going to switch user, Jenkins user, sudo su. See, now the Jenkins user can perform Docker commands without sudo. So before we face some error, right? So that log is gone. Yeah, this is one. So that's part also done. Now we need to go to the configuration. I mean Jenkins configuration. We successfully install the plugins. Now after installing plugins, we need to configure some plugins in tools. Okay, so go to tools. The same pipeline, I mean Groovy script that I'm using. Okay, the one we go through on the previous class. So first, the tools, we define the tools, right? I will show the Groovy script once again. See, this is the Groovy script, okay, that we are going to run. So that coming with, I mean, starting with the pipeline, then agent any. Agent any means we don't create any master slave setup. Going forward, I will show you how to do master slave setup in Jenkins using Jenkins. After that, it define the tools, okay. So here you can see tool and tool name. So two tools here we use. One is for JDK and Maven. So now we are going to configure the tools, okay. So what's named there? JDK 70, right? So make it same. Otherwise, the Jenkins will looking for that tool that Jenkins can't find that. Otherwise, the pipeline will fail. So I'm selecting 17, 18, 17, 8 plus this version, okay, and it will download from adoptium.net. That's fine for the JDK. Now we are going to configure Sonar Cube scanner, okay. So the name Sonar Cube install from Maven Central, and I'm going with some version like 5.1. This version, okay. Then Maven, the name that we define in that Groovy, Maven 3. 3 means the version, okay. The 3, any of the version that comes 3. So I will select 3.6.0. That's fine. The dependency check, the name that defined for the dependency check, this one. Copy, paste, install automatically from github.com. The version we can go with any middle version. Okay, I will go with the 6. This one is fine. For the specific project, I am choosing this type of version. Okay. Then Docker. The Docker name is Docker, right? We need to check that as well. See the tool name Docker. Install automatically from docker.com. We can go with the latest version, no issue for the Docker. Seems all good for that tool configuration. And apply and save. Okay. Now we need to do some credential. Okay, we need to create some tokens and provide it under the Jenkins credential. So for that, I'm going to first I am providing the SonarQube credential. Okay, SonarQube is a different application, right? So whenever the state that defined for the SonarQube analysis, the Jenkins will try to access SonarQube to sending the application code. So first we need to create a token. I mean under the administration. Go to the security, go to user, and here we can see the token. Click on the token, give some name for the token, and create the token. Okay, you can set the expiry date as per the requirement. So this will be the token. Copy the token, go back to Jenkins, And coming to Jenkins, where we keeping Docker, credentials under the credentials. Okay. So click on the credentials under the global domain, drop down and credential. And we need to define the kind. Okay. The kind means username, password, GitHub app, secret test like that. So in this case, we are going to choose secret test. Okay. The test means the token that we copied. And the ID, we can define any ID, but we need to cross check that will be the same in the script. So I will provide sonar cube. That's fine. Create. So the authentication of the sonar cube credentials has been saved. Okay, here. Now we need to provide the server. Okay. Sonar cube is another server. Okay. Consider like that because it's another application. So we need to configure under the system as well. So go to the systems in Jenkins. Then scroll down where we can see Sonar Cube properties. See, this is the one, Sonar Cube. Enable environment variable and add Sonar Cube. So here we need to define the name for the Sonar Cube. Any name we can give on Sonar Cube. Then that server URL. Server URL, we need to copy the IP with the port number. So the Jenkins can access the Sonar Cube server using the IP and port number with that server authentication token. We already created the token, right? Under the credential. So drop down, say this is a token I am created. Okay, this is a token ID. So select that one. So the apply and save. So the Jenkins can access Sonar Cube. Apply and save. So that's fine. The next thing is we need to do some things here. Okay. Quality gates. So we need to create a quality gates here. Quality gates means it's a gate actually. Okay, the code is good, the gate will open. Otherwise, the gate will close. Pipeline will break there. So that's fine. Then we need to set up a webhook part as well. That for a continuous code transfer, okay, from that Jenkins to SonarQube. Similar way, we creating webhook in GitHub, right? So give some name and we need to provide the URL as well. So the URL we need to change it here. We can use the private IP as well because both applications same server, right? So they can communicate internally. And paste here. And the port number 8090. We change the port number. This is fine.
You
Create.
have added one extra actually.
Sorry.
Instead of 10, you have added 110.
I'll check. 110.0.0.216. Copy. Okay. So the next thing is we need to copy the Groovy and create the pipeline. I think everything is good. Yeah, go to new item and type some name Java app or Java app. And here we need to select pipeline. Click OK. And here there's option to define the pipeline. Two way we can define pipeline. Okay, one is we can select that pipeline script from SCM. So we need to keep that entire pipeline inside the GitHub repository, or else we can define all the pipeline syntax here. Okay, so I am removing the Kubernetes parts, okay, because that is not needed. Remove. Then we need to close the curly brace as well. Okay, 1, 2 it is closed. Then 2 curly we need to close. One for the stage and one for the pipeline. Okay. All good, I think. Apply and save. Now I'm going to build now. Click on build now. So it manually starting the automation of application deployment. It is a stage view. We install one plugins to the stage view, right? So this is a UI part for the stage view, pipeline stage view. So this will take some time. Yeah. See tool declarative tool installation completed. Clean workspace that command is run successfully. Check out the SSV. I mean, taking all the application code. Now the Maven starting compile the code. Okay, we can see the logs as well. So the Maven code compiling completed now using Maven testing. Okay. Sonar cube analysis is successfully completed. Also, the quality gate passed. Now, this Maven starting to build the WAR file using Maven clean install command. So now we can go to check the code part. Okay, I mean code analysis result. So go to that Sonar cube and go to the project. So we can see the project. See the project. Pet shop is passed. This is the project. So here you can see different rating there, okay? C rating, A rating, like that, E rating. So here we got C and here got A for the vulnerability because there is no vulnerability there. Code spell 79, fine. Code coverage, duplication code 5%. Total line scanned is 6,000 something. So we need to open and look deeper. Like for example, I'm going to the bug part, 66 bugs there. So these are the bugs. Okay, it's fine. I mean, the SonarCube will analysis. Here you can see this is a code part and the suggestion from SonarCube add th header to this table. So these are the recommendation for the bug part. Similar way we can go through like that, or else I mean, coming to real world scenario, we need to share the feedback with the developer team. Then the two security hotspot there. Okay, we need to find that. See that string the password detecting the expression to view the potential hard-coded password. I mean, the developer hard-coded the username and password in the code. Okay, that is that the SonarQube will find that that is a security hotspot because uh, they defined hard-coded password. The best practice is we need to create a separate environment variable for keeping credentials, not exposing the password in the application code. Code smell. So this is a recommendation for the specific code. Remove the unused product ID to a private field. So similar way, we need to manually check, okay, what are the recommendations from SonarCube like that. Then we need to go to check the rest of the build. Now we can see the AWS dependency checking started. This is for checking the dependency, okay. Oh, we missed the Docker part, okay, because mm, we have on stage for the Docker build and Docker push. So we need to do that part as well. So pipeline will fail, okay, coming to the Docker part. So I'm logging to the Docker Hub, and because we have a stage to build the Docker image, so the build happen. Then after the build, it will push the second command we need to we defined actually in the in the Groovy, that is Docker push. So we need to push the file to the Docker Hub. So Jenkins knows this credential, right? To pushing how we will manually pushing a build image to Docker Hub. First, we need to log in, right? Then we need to provide the username and password. Similar way, we manually do the pushing process. So we need to provide the credential to the Jenkins to do the same activity from Jenkins. So I'm going to create a token for authentication, read, write, delete, generate token. So this is a command using token, okay? Instead of username password, we can use token as well to log in. So we need to run the command in the EC2 machine to log into the specific user in Docker Hub, and we need to provide the token. So it will directly log in. So we need to provide, see, the Docker part is failed. So loud. Could not find credential matching Docker. So we need to provide the credentials. So first I'm going to, this is a token, okay, I'm copy the token. Go to Jenkins, go to the credentials, same way how we configure the credential for Sonarcube, okay. Go to credential and add new token, sorry, new credential. And this is, we can go with the username and password, okay. See here, this is the user, sorry, login part, okay. Docker login, the username, that is -u, then the define the username. At the password prompt, enter the personal access token. So this is similar like a password, okay, this token, specific token. So here we need to provide the username for the Docker Hub, and the password we can provide the what that token that we create, okay. Instead of I mean exposing our password, the best way we need to create a token from Docker and provide it here. Otherwise, we can provide the password as well, okay. But the best practice is using personal access token. That's fine. Now we need to check that credential, Docker credential. This is a credential for the Docker that we define in the Groovy. So we need to define the same name here, the ID, credential ID, Docker. Copy and create. That's fine. So Docker, we define the Docker, I mean, provide the credential inside the Jenkins for Docker Hub. Now here here we change some, I mean, made some changes, right? For the Jenkins user can access Docker and everything. The command we provide, see the above command, this is the one. So we need to restart the service as well, okay? Restart. Okay, now we are in Jenkins user. So exit.
You misspell system.
Yes, sir, these things. Now I'm going to build it again.
How we are gonna automate this?
Sorry?
Right now you are manually doing bill now.
Yes, we as of now we did not create the CA part. I mean the integration from GitHub.
Okay. It's the same whatever we have done before.
Right, right.
Okay.
So how we will integrate with the GitHub? So
Web,
here you
webhooks, right?
right. So the same page, okay. Before that, we need to change that. As of now, the repositories don't belong to our. This is someone's repository. So first, we need to clone the repository to our own GitHub. Then we need to go to that configure page, okay, and select that GitHub URL, GitHub repository. The change, I mean, define that master, the branch, master or main. Then select that trigger part, okay, GitHub CM polling, GitHub. There is a polling there.
Yeah.
Select that,
SCM
and
probably.
the next thing is go to the repository. Okay, go to repository settings and
Settings and
configure.
yeah.
That's all.
Web. What is the repository name? Is it in your GitHub?
Sorry, sorry.
This one, whatever you have configured the file, is it in your GitHub repository?
No, 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 no. So the Docker part is started. See, building and pushing to Docker Hub. You can see the logs as well, the live log. Okay, here you can see the build completed. Building and pushing to Docker Hub. That's completed. So we can check that from our user mission as well. Okay, Docker images. See, it's build. I mean, build happened, and we can see the image here. So we need to check the Docker Hub as well. Okay, go to the Docker Hub repository. The latest image there or not, we need to check that. See, 1 minute ago, that latest push happening 1 minute ago. So both parties completed. Also, we can see the full complete pipeline successfully built. See, with a no error. Also deployed to development environment. That means we deployed that application using a Docker container. Okay, Docker PS. Yeah, the application is accessible. We will access the application using the public IP and the port number 8080. 8080. This will be the application. So we need to use one more thing. ZPP dot. Yes. So this is the application. We find some security hotspot, right? For the hard coded acid. We can try that here. Okay. Acid. That will be a demo user. See, now he's actually logged into the demo user. Got it. Now here we can see the sonar queue and the dependency check graph here. Also, we can see the dependency check details here. Okay, so click on that. It will go to the dependency check window. So here we can see what are the things that we scanned during the pipeline. Got it, all of you. These all the logs, okay, for the entire pipeline. Any doubt, anyone?
Can you send me the link in the for the GitHub repository in the chat, please?
Or else I will share with the task, right? I mean the resources as well. Is that fine?
If you can, that would be great.
Okay.
So are we done with today's session?
Yeah. So we can wind up, right?
Let me take this
No,
one.
no.
Okay.
Okay then. So
Okay. Thank you.
we'll meet tomorrow and we do the master slave certificate.
Master slave for Jenkins?
Right.
Okay. So today we have like, I just want to know the pipeline, how it will get triggered. Like we're going to make some changes in the GitHub, and GitHub, when we like
Give me a second.
configure the GitHub webhook, it's going to trigger the entire pipeline.
Right. You're right.
Okay.
We can do that part as well. Give me a second. Go to the pipeline. Configure. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I do. No, I can do that. No worries. I have an idea.
Okay. Then try it. Okay. If any doubt, you ping me. Okay.
Sure.
So I will show you how quickly. Not doing that, I will go through the part. First, we need to.
No. For others, it's already late. It's 10:40. So I just don't want to hold.
Okay.
Me.
Bye. Bye then. Good night. Good night all.
Bye. Take care.
Yeah.